And I've heard already so much about the breast cancer value stream, so shall we start there? Is this yourselves here? Brilliant. So let me just check we've got the right people. Jimmy as our KPO specialist lead, team lead Natasha, yeah. And then process owners, Manly, Simone, great, glad to have you here. And then team members, Paige, Karen and Kevin, fabulous. So I'm sure you'll introduce yourselves, but off you go. Report out.
Hello, my name is Jimmy Parvin. I'm a KPO specialist and a workshop lead for this, the first RPIW in, guess what, the breast cancer value stream. So we thought we'd make an effort in that trend. Just realised it's going out on YouTube as well. So there we go, no hiding now. This is our project form. So ensuring patients with suspected breast cancer get their first appointment is a critical safety step. And the responsibility of the referral and booking service, part of the outpatient CSU. Also vital to the process are the oncology CSU, who coordinate our capacity for specialist appointments for our patients. Ensuring this appointment takes place is an NHS constitutional standard. It's also a standard that we struggle to achieve. Observation of the current state reveals a multi-step process where referrals are batched and handled several times before appointments are made for patients. There's sometimes a disconnect with the flow of information to patients and staff in the process. We saw frustration where people working hard under a significant and relentless burden of work as these referrals keep arriving. So, plentiful opportunity for improvement.
Hello, my name is Natasha Bizet. I'm a KPO facilitator and team lead for this event. This is our target progress report. This is the way that we'll manage our improvements and our successes this week. The lead time was a big one. In a 2-week wait pathway, every minute counts, and getting a patient into their first appointment is really critical. So we set ourselves a 1,440 minute target or a 24-hour target to get that appointment booked in. We didn't just want to make it faster, we wanted to remove some of the defects along the way, so we chose to look at patient choice. Quite often if we can't get in touch with a patient, we will fix book them. And what we found was that didn't offer a right lot of choice, and also there was a correlation in our data between the amount of patients that we fix book and the amount of patients that do not attend their appointments. So this was another focus for our week. Up there we have attack time, and what we know is it takes 20 minutes for a patient. So based on the amount of time that we have in RBS to book the patient and the 180 patients that we see on average a week, we need to be putting a patient through this process every 20 minutes to be able to meet our demand.
Hello, my name is Simone Corcoran. I'm the Business Support Manager for the Referral and Booking Service Fast Track and the Switchboard team. I am one of the process owners for this improvement week. I'm going to provide a brief overview of our value stream map of our current state. All suspected cancer referrals are referred and received through the electronic referral system into the Fast Track team at Leeds Teaching Hospitals. We currently batch the workload, so for example, we may register 20 patients and then book the appointment throughout the day or in some cases the following day, depending on workload. From the observations we completed, our lead time for patient referral to be received for an appointment to be booked was 31 hours and 20 minutes. Listening to the feedback from patients and staff, it was obvious there was a huge opportunity to improve the quality we provide for both patients and staff for this process. Reflecting back on the sponsor challenge set by Mike, I feel very proud and passionate on the success we've accomplished this week, working to succeed as the challenge.
Hello, I'm Manly Dupree. I'm the business manager for surgical oncology, which includes the breast service, and also one of the process owners for this project. I'll be sharing a little bit of information about the feature state of the value stream map. I'll start by saying batching is bad. During the planning phase, a realistic target of booking an appointment within 24 hours was agreed. This was felt to be more achievable than a timescale that was previously suggested of 4 hours during a sponsor development session, but it still represented a 30% improvement on the current state, which is 31 hours. During the workshop, we observed Kevin booking some appointments testing the one-piece flow system, and this has supported the improvement. In a future state, it is now felt that the appointment could be booked within 60 minutes of receiving that referral. Yesterday we were in the fast track team, and I overheard a conversation between two members of staff saying, you know what, with a few tweaks here and there, we might be able to do this in 15.
Hello there, my name is Kevin Fung. I'm one of the clerical officers at the referral booking services. So before the one police workload, we worked on so as I mentioned about batching. So for me as a member of staff doing it, I feel like doing it as like a heavy workload due to the fact that you might get 100 referral in, you rely on other members of staff doing downloading from the electronic referral services. And my main task was just to book an appointment. Sometimes I feel as if I'm not feeling not very patient-centred. Reason why is you might rush to book all these appointments, and personally you might not get the time to engage with the patients regarding about referral. So all I do is just bang, 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 just trying to empty the appointments as possible. But what we worked on this week was banishing the batch. That's the key term we used. So and implemented the one-piece workflow, which is on the wall there. So instead of having two members of staff, one doing the downloading, one doing the booking, what we tested was one member of staff doing all in one go, so from downloading to booking appointments. So we managed to reduce the lead time from 31 hours down to 60 minutes. Feedback from the patient I've got on the phone call was some of the patient I spoke to didn't really expect the phone call and asking what you're phoning for. For that, the reason was they didn't expect it to be that quick, really. So as improvement, what we worked on the standard work was we created a standard operating procedure or SOP for any staff, and that could be in the fast track team, or when I'm not in, it could be for new starters, really. That will help.
Hello, my name is Paige Cuthbertson and I am the Assistant Patient Service Coordinator for the Fast Track team. I am going to talk about the impact on value and quality for staff supporting our sponsor challenge. So when testing the one-piece flow, we did not ask patients for feedback, as we was mainly testing the timings. However, 3 out of 4 patients voiced how amazed and stunned they was at the speed we had run them. One patient had not even returned home yet from his GP, and we rung him and booked him an appointment. Knowing I was involved in reducing that patient's anxieties and I took away the wait time made me feel so proud to work for the Leeds teaching hospitals. I went on the whole journey with the patient. I registered the referral, I wind-dipped it, I booked it, and I communicated back to the GP to say, we've got your patient, we've booked them in the time frame, and we're taking care of them. That made me feel accountable. We also changed our script to give the patient accurate information on what to expect on the day, which makes me feel confident knowing that my patient is coming to clinic prepared and there will be no nasty surprises on the day. Banishing the batch and implementing one-piece flow reduced pressures from the fast track team, as it has taken away one individual ever having 100 bookings to do in one go. This has already increased staff morale, and other members have asked if they can banish the batch with other specialities such as dermatology.
Hello, my name's Karen Schofield. I'm a member of the outpatient team and one of the receptionists in breast clinic. I've spent a lot of time this week in the clinic area asking patients various questions and answers there on the board, and the feedback that we've received has resulted in an information leaflet going to be sent out with patients' appointment letters, which will also request that patients confirm their appointments by text, which will hopefully reduce our DNA rates.
So this is our target progress report at the end of the week, and it's safe to say that the banishing the batch definitely stole the show. We've improved our lead time by 95%, much to the delight of the staff and the patients. Banishing the batch as well, we think will also help with patient choice. What we were finding, a huge batch landing on the wait list meant that the CSU would jump in to book to try and help out. The CSU don't work evenings and they don't work weekends, which is an ideal time to contact patients, so their fixed booking rates were higher. Now that we have our one-piece flow with RBS doing everything, we're hoping that that patient choice should increase. And as Karen's mentioned, the patients that we can't get in contact with and we do have to fix book, hopefully that text message confirmation will really help reduce any of those DNA rates. We haven't managed to see any of the patients that we've looked at this week come through our process, so we'll be updating you at 30 days about how they feel about that patient choice.
This is our newspaper, which details our plan and commitment to continue to test and measure the new ideas we have brought to the table this week. A light bulb moment was the improvement we could make on the collaboration of teams for CSU and RBS. We completed a plan, do, study, act and tested a weekly huddle to forecast and agree plans for capacity and raise any general or urgent concerns. We created standard work regarding the huddle to include a set agenda, agreed set times for the agenda items and recorded actions.
As part of the project, we also looked at areas to help us do our jobs better. It was realised that the booking guide could be more up to date to support staff. As a result, the collaboration between teams will now include an overhaul of the booking guide. This feeds really well into the sponsors challenge. How can we improve the process for patients as well as staff? With this in mind, we hope that we can update this and empower the booking team and reduce the number of escalations, and also the times that they need to seek advice from the CSU. Having a regular huddle will hopefully strengthen working relationships, increase the ability to share knowledge, and also truly work collaboratively.
Pretty self-explanatory, the learning this week. You've heard from the team. Where have you got batches? Where can you banish them? Because the evidence speaks for itself. Thinking we work well with people and have the working relationships is one thing, but do we really understand what they do? Can you walk in their shoes? Because if you can, you're in a better position to think about what the gives and the gets from this relationship and how can we make it better so we're adding more value. Who is your customer? We also often talk about patients, and the patient-centred approach of this team this week has been absolutely superb. But sometimes your customer might be the colleague next in the process. How can you give them the best possible chance to do their work well? If anyone wants a story about an aeroplane game, so that's our key learning, and thank yous could go on a while. I'm not going to try and remember what's on the screen behind me, but the team in RBS, both in the preparation for this week, during this week, and I am confident beyond this week, will continue to support, and as you've heard, probably hijack the Banish the Batch mentality and all that has been supportive of that. There's some key mentions. Eve Hodgson from Oncology, who's helped us with her unique perspective and insight onto how to make this better. Kath Miller, who can't be here today because there's a large West Yorkshire cancer event going on, which she's contributing to, but it's been in our week and couldn't make reports out. Sarah for her input in the planning. Jimmy at KPO for keeping us ticking over. Mike supported the team with fuel. And more importantly, a superb sponsored challenge that really resonated for the team and motivated us to see what we can do. And Rob Easton, who's a GP partner who gave up his time to give us the primary care perspective on this. So thank you, that concludes our report.
Oh my word! That's amazing. Especially in the middle, I nearly cried. Oh, just awesome. So, as per usual, we'll stick to a standard way of working.